it's your Executive Director, David Luton.
And Candace Montgomery, Director of Life Enrichment.
Candace, we are here in the Explorer Room.
It feels a little different, doesn't it?
It is.
It's nice,
Whereas
though.
many of the residents who will be watching acquainted and seeing my office and a setup there, but today we have a whole new look.
I know, and some audience members too, which is really exciting.
Yeah. And I think one of the audience members perhaps had something to do with this lovely flower
Yeah,
right here.
it's like a whole personality here, isn't it?
Paula Harrison. So Paula, thank you in the audience.
Too loud.
So
Okay.
with that being said, what we're here to do is to have some fun, a little bit of interaction, some prizes for our guests in the room. And as always, I think we're going to have a special interview today.
Most definitely, yeah, very exciting. We've got some of our home office friends here.
Great.
So it should be good.
So, Candace, we always take a quick look back
Yeah.
to last week.
Yeah.
I think we finally broke some temperatures. We went from really hot,
I know.
few 80-degree days, welcome for all.
Yes, it always takes you by surprise when you walk outside and don't quite feel that humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
But, you know, a couple big events.
Mm-hmm.
We had a groundbreaking
Yes, yes.
for Gloucester Commons,
Mhm.
and there were only a few hardy souls out there, which is all we hoped for, because 11 o'clock last Wednesday was pretty hot in the morning,
Mhm.
and groundbreaking was there. It's a beautiful event. Appreciate Courtney and all of her assistants there. The guests today, both Jody and Laura, were with us, and just a very nice, appropriate beginning to that project.
Some lovely pictures too with those gold shovels, and
Yeah,
it's very
so-
official.
Our partners from GC Commercial as well as Epoch, which is Ken Bingman, one of our own residents' son, was part of it. And so we appreciated that. Jody was able to announce not just our gift that we received from GC Commercial, but the significant gift, thanks to Barbara Howe. So with Barbara being recognized and feeling comfortable with her name being shared, that was very special.
And her daughter being there,
Yeah.
she just seemed so proud. I was kind of standing off to the side where she was snapping some pictures and videos of mom, so that was exciting.
It was.
Yeah.
So that merely starts a process, and as we all know, there's a lot of little hurdles and steps that will be occurring, but for those residents who have visited Gloucester Commons, they've seen the orange, we call it a silt fence. It's just sort of creating the zone. Residents will soon be seeing in front of the fiveplex where we'll be connecting for the water lines.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's going to be happening very quickly. We still got a major electric line to move. Got the tree. We didn't take it down yet. So many of the residents have been waiting for that magnolia tree. Well, we were thankful for it being up.
Yeah, the shade.
So God was looking over us. But just a delightful event, and I think we all will be eagerly celebrating its completion and a very appropriate dedication in months to come.
Oh my gosh, I know, I can't wait because I've also been working on ordering some of the things for that project, and it's just exciting that we're at that point to even start doing that. So it's all coming together in due time.
So the other significant event, I don't know if it's, you know, we always say after something's happened once successfully, then it can be called an annual.
I know.
So what do you think? Are we going to have an annual blank?
Right.
What are you calling it?
I mean, this year it was a sizzling summer sale because it was summertime. I had to have something catchy to draw people's attention, but I've been asked, can we do this as a yearly clean out? I mean, at first residents were saying every 6 months. I was like, whew, I don't know if I can commit to that because it's quite a process. I mean, last Wednesday, when we had folks bringing down the things that they were donating, I mean, my gosh, we never thought it was going to end. It was a lot, but it was a really good variety. You know, I anticipated it would be a lot of clothes, of things of that nature, but, you know, the team members really enjoy being able to come through, and they found some goodies for sure.
Well, and a successful event, you know, the pre-setup and then a day and a half of sales. And, you know, in the near future, we'll give you a dollar amount because many of you are always interested in how we've been able to support our mission. And so that's a big part of this. So
Yes, very exciting for sure. And I love that it gave folks that outlet to be able to clean out and purge. You know, it can kind of be that pain to load up your car for Goodwill and then unload it once you get there. But just being able to have that ease of come down to the Chesapeake really made a big difference.
And I know I'm with residents in the audience would say it, but I have a feeling there's some just weight exchanges. We took some items from one department, moved it to another apartment, so that happened. Anything that a team member purchased did leave the building.
Did exit the building for sure.
So
Yes.
that was all fine.
It's definitely a shift for sure.
Yeah. Well, you had some great helpers.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that was
I
a big
mean,
difference.
We probably had, I have to give a shout out to Lois Furman for sure, because she was my really dedicated sorter and pricing, and was just so helpful that initial day. We had so many great volunteers, but she was the one that stayed long overdue her time because she just loves it. Her daughter even came in towards the end, and that's something that they used to do together. So it was like fond memories for them of yard sales of the past. So it was nice that it provided them that opportunity as well. Yeah.
Well, a couple other things I'll just
Oh,
acknowledge,
yeah,
and
go
then
for
we'll
it.
get into the things,
Yeah.
is this past week, just seeing the success and some very good progress with our healthcare kitchen. All of a sudden, you say things in a storm come together. Well, the storm's been brewing, and it's finally coming together. So it's very likely, if not by the end of this week, and early next week, we will have the health inspector come in. The new appliances are being checked out. Finally, we can start opening up dishware and all the other things that we've been anticipating. Furniture that arrived last November,
Right. Oh my goodness.
because we ordered it and we stored it in advance, which worked to our advantage, but
Good.
now we'll be able to set that out. So the healthcare dining room, we're really upon its new service for those residents, and just getting that cook to order experience will be great. Seeing Dave Melroy, one of our assisted living residents in the audience, he knows how important Pier 57's been, where we've been able to do that cook to order,
Yeah.
and just look forward to doing the same thing for our healthcare residents.
That's super exciting. I mean, we've been talking about that for so long. So seeing that final plan come together, that's a good time.
And I sometimes even like, we just talked about the groundbreaking. It's like, wait, we got to think, should we have Uwe do a dedication, a blessing of the appliances? What should we do?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we sometimes
nice.
are so hard working on this,
Yeah.
with a little pomp and circumstance, we got to still remember.
Do that.
So,
Yeah.
opportunity.
And eventually, I'm sure we're going to have independent living folks that want to come through and do an open house and
Yeah.
see the beautiful spaces. So, yeah, lots to think about for
Yeah.
sure.
Very fine. So
Awesome.
that's just a little bit as we keep you abreast of some of those renovations, and still some painting occurring with the columns and doors, and a little bit more exterior work, but things are coming around.
Yeah.
And it's delightful to see.
It's exciting.
So, events for the week, activities for the week.
This is the first full week in August, too. I'm not sure where July went, but here we are into August, and summer's almost over. So, yes, talking about the week of the 4th here. So, kicking off on Monday, we do have our Langley shopping trip leaving from the Hampton entrance at 9:30 a.m. Donna Nicholson is going to be in the Creative Art Studio at 2 p.m. for Color Your Life craft class. So they always have a good theme each time. And then this is new. So at 7 p.m. in the Chesapeake Room, our hand chimes folks are going to be doing a demo. So not necessarily putting on a full performance like they'll do usually around Christmas time, but offering a demo. So if you've kind of been interested in what exactly hand chimes does or want to test it out, now is your opportunity. So they'll kind of give an educational series on what hand chimes is all about. And I know Barbara Howe is really excited about that because they have had some new members and they're really trying to get that buzz going, especially into the holiday season, so they can do their special performance. Moving into Tuesday, we do have a trip at 9:30 a.m. to Phillips Dawson House, leaving from the Hampton entrance. 2 p.m. bereavement support group in the Harbor Room. 7 p.m. we've got some entertainment, which is a Slide Factory trombone quartet, which I know is always a really good time. We always have folks out there that like to dance for that one. Moving into Wednesday, we have our mobile library right in front of the cafe at 10:30 a.m. We're already to backpacks. We're doing our backpack assembly, which I'm very grateful for because if you've seen my office, it's boxes upon boxes. So I'm glad that time has finally arrived. We have 103 backpacks that we're doing this year. And we,
That's impressive.
residents donated over $4,000 to this project, which I think is more than we've done in the past. So I was very pleased to see a lot of new residents who have wanted to donate to this project and feel passionate about it. So from 1 to 3 p.m., we'll be in the Chesapeake Room on Wednesday. So that's Wednesday, August 6th. If you want to help with our kind of assembly line of backpacks, you let me know and we can get your name on our list. It's always a good time. We kind of have our elementary, middle, and high school tables, and we'll just have the assembly line of how many things go in each backpack, and we're usually pretty speedy in that process. 3 p.m., Uwe does have his basic and intermediate German class right here in the Explorer Room. And then 7 p.m., the 1964 classic Father Goose will be showing here in the Explorer Room. On Thursday, the 7th, we'll have our mystery bus ride at 10 a.m., leaving from the Hampton entrance. 11 a.m., we have Creative Writing Club in the Harbor Room. And then 6 p.m., we're still doing our summer concert series. This one is to Fort Monroe for Music by the Bay for the Liberty Dolls, leaving from the Hampton entrance. And that's a free concert. Just make sure you bring a chair. If you don't have a chair, we usually keep some extra on the bus for you as well. On Friday, we do have Zumba Gold at 10:15 in the aerobic studio. 11 a.m., a lunch trip to Carrabba's Italian Grill, leaving at, from the Hampton entrance. 3 p.m., I'll be here with my pups for Golden Hour with Bucky and Indy. And then 7 p.m., Al is going to be doing a travel log to northern Japan. Should be interesting in the Chesapeake Room. That kind of rounds out the week.
Sounds like a very busy week.
Yeah.
And it's always intriguing for me to listen because when I hear things such as the Fort Monroe concerts, it just reminds me of those summer series concerts and so much we can do and participate here in this area.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Those are nice ones.
Those are
and
nice,
if we keep this little bit of trend to some cooler temperatures, that make it even more inviting.
I know that heat is tough because we've been going to Fort Monroe, so that's out there by the Chamberlain, right on the water, which always has a nice breeze. But then you've got the city center. There's so many different ones that are happening that we attend. So yes, hoping that cooler weather is here to stay for a little bit.
Yeah. And when the residents go out and enjoy restaurants like Carrabba's, I'm like, I haven't been there forever.
I know.
And it's like I sometimes forget. It's one of those little bit hidden.
It's hidden in Newport News,
and,
yeah.
But I just have to sometimes remind myself I need to go try some of the things residents are doing.
Come on a trip. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can sign yourself up. We'll take you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's kind of what's going on.
So, are we ready for what next?
I think we're ready for our special guest if they want to make their way up front. So we've got Jody and Laura. We're going to do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to hand over the mic to them. I know they've got some great information for us.
Well, as they're getting situated, it's one of the first things. It's not necessarily first time introduction because these ladies have been here many times, and Jody, you more significantly, as you've been helping us for years. But my pleasure to welcome first Jody Leonard, and you being here, and the leader of our foundation, and just great you being a part of this. And Laura, you came over from Lakewood's team. Somehow, Laura Clark left the wonderful Lakewood team, came to work with Jody. So having the two of you here is wonderful. And if their faces are familiar, it's because they've been here for the garage sale, they've been here for other dedications, they've been here for our pancake breakfast, they've been here for our volunteer recognition and our influencer events. Think about all these different ways that they're a support to not just our community, but all five. So anyways, so Jody, you've got the microphone.
I do, let's go.
So when did you join LifeSpire? And just a career note, where did you come
Sure.
from as you joined us?
Sure. I joined LifeSpire in November of 2015, so I am getting close to my 10-year anniversary, and it still only feels like my year one. I came from Long Island. I know lots of folks know that and hear that from me. Been a fundraiser my entire career, but was looking for something slower and came down to Richmond and landed at LifeSpire. I just love it.
Well, and I know that your career experience was well known. You had a nice mentor, and she prepared you very quickly, and you helped from the get-go to lift us to where we are in our foundation.
Yeah, when I was looking to make a move from a smaller nonprofit in Richmond, I had reached out to Pat Morris, who many of you probably remember. She was the foundation vice president when I started LifeSpire, but I called her, having worked with her in the past, I called her to see if I could use her as a reference. And she said, hold off, don't send a resume out anywhere. I think I have an opening for you. And at the time, she was looking for a successor to do some mentoring. And so I slipped into that role. I worked under her for 4 years. And when she retired, I literally just changed my office. And it was just such a great transition. I had built relationships. I had learned so much from her. And we were able to keep the continuity of the foundation, which I think was the most important piece of it.
Fantastic. I think for residents to always piece together and remember some of our history, would you just share the naming? Jonathan Cook joined us as our CEO.
Sure.
We created LifeSpire Virginia, but then we had this tradition to connect with. So maybe how the foundation's name and how it all comes together.
So in 1946, Virginia Baptist Homes was born. We are going to be celebrating our 80th anniversary. We're going to be kicking off some of that later this year into March. But in 1946, we started in the Culpeper region from Dr. J.T. Edwards. He kind of had that thought to really provide a place for senior pastors and their families. It purely was a mission organization. Those residents didn't pay, they shucked corn and milked cows for their keep. But then we started growing, and we've grown into 5 retirement communities and 1 at-home program. Jonathan came on a little bit before me in 2015, the first CEO who was not a pastor, not a Baptist minister. So that changed things a little bit. And then in 2016, we rebranded to Lifespire, just so that we could be all-inclusive, a little bit more of a shift in who we were. But the foundation really wanted to keep that promise from Dr. Edwards. And so we kept the VBH, we kept the Virginia Baptist Homes to really let our residents and our families know our mission was still important to us, and our benevolent need is our main goal.
Fantastic. So today, highlights of the foundation you must be proud of, but what are the things that you'd like for them to hear?
So overall, throughout the year, we're providing a little over $1.2 million to about 40 residents across all of our communities. And so yes, that's our main goal, is our benevolent fund, to make sure that our residents who are eligible, if they run out of their resources, we've got their back. We also, kind of a couple of years ago, incorporated the chaplains in the foundation. And so we have the Spiritual Life Fund, which is really helping the chaplains in their programming. We get to give out small grants. I know here at the Chesapeake, the Rabbi Lecture Series has been a big hit. That's been funded by the Spiritual Life Fund. And then, of course, our team members. We need to really take care of our team members. We have the Crisis Fund for those folks who are in medical emergencies or fires, or they need quick access to funds, and we have that available. And scholarships, which is my favorite part, because I have children who are in that age range of needing scholarships. And this year we gave out a little over $40,000 in scholarships. So much fun. You've probably seen the photos and the certificates and the checks.
And it was, for those who were able to come to last month's town hall meeting, the 3 recipients were acknowledged, and I think the residents have a self of just a pride that they see these young people, or not, whatever they are in their career, and just knowing that they're invested in their future.
So that's kind of the fundraising piece. And then a couple of years ago, the board kind of challenged us to get out of our comfort zone a little bit and do some more social accountability and volunteerism. And that's where Laura's talents came to be. And so I'll let her share what she's been doing. But it's part of why we are choosing influencers every year and recognizing our volunteers. The Chesapeake and our other communities would not be where we were without the hands and the help of our residents. So I'll let Laura share some of that.
Absolutely. Well, Laura, maybe even start out with a little bit of your background, the position that you were working within Lakewood, and obviously you got probably a quick invitation to consider more. So a little bit about your career and background first.
Sure. I went to Longwood University for actually therapeutic recreation, because I thought I wanted to be in activities. I went to Lakewood and was there in activities for about 2 years, and then switched over to being their communication coordinator for 5 years. And then a position came available with Jody, and she kind of swooped me on up.
Don't tell Lakewood.
Don't tell Lakewood. They hound her every single time we go. You took her. So that's all we hear when we go to Lakewood. But yeah, it's been great. New position since January. Still learning how to do everything, but a big part of my career is social accountability and volunteerism. And so actually I had to bring paper with me so I knew all the right numbers. And so a big thing is across all of our communities, it's about $1 million in donations, but then along with that in social accountability and volunteerism, last year residents gave back over $600,000 in just their time. And so if I look at the Chesapeake's numbers. In 2023, residents, what they do is in our app called Causer, that's how we're counting your hours. And you can do that through your computer, your smartphone, or simply writing it down on a piece of paper. We have those in a little black box for you. You can also get with Candace as well to get you set up on the app or the computer. It's very easy. I have a whole little rundown. It's 5 steps. That's it. So it's super easy. And so for those that reported in 2023 at the Chesapeake, you only had 249 hours. However, y'all did a great job in 2024 with over 3,000 hours. So that was over 1,000% increase, which was great, and that was about over $100,000 in just volunteer hours and giving back. And right now in 2025, I pulled the report today, and you all are at just over a little over 1,000 hours. So y'all gotta get reporting on those hours. You're gonna miss
Well, and for those residents, and I see some in the audience, and I know they do help in many ways. And on one hand, I appreciate the modesty of residents. We're like, wait, this is just
it.
it's what I do. I want to give, and we're like saying, hey, but let's take credit for it for you because it gives a really nice statement for our social accountability and from so many other things we want to do, and just ensuring our future nonprofit status. So,
and Lakewood is beating you right now.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry to say
Friendly
that, but
competition.
Lakewood's beating you.
The healthy competition, I see some of our resident cheerleaders in the audience. I think they'll help us pick up those hours, so we will do so. Well, I appreciate, Laura, all that you do, and congratulations, and Joy, I know just Jody's so happy to have you and speaks highly of you, and we see that. You've got the microphone, so maybe just let the residents hear a little bit when you're not doing important work with the foundation and helping us at the community level. What's some fun things you like to do? Any hobbies or interests you'd like to share?
Sure. I'm a big crocheter, and so I make little animals of all sorts. My most recent one was a crocheted duck with a frog hat that Jody now has because she loves frogs. But that is a big thing. I turned my home office from, I used to paint, and now I crochet, so half of it is filled with yarn. And yes, I mean half of it is filled with yarn. I have a lot of yarn. No, I don't have a problem.
Well, I'm not sure if any of the ladies here, but for many years, we had a group here, Chicks with Sticks.
That's right.
So you could imagine what they were doing. They were knitting up a storm. And as I visited residents and perhaps even at the garage, so who knows where you'll find some of their incredible talent. But very cool. Thanks for sharing. And sounds like you also have just between painting and now with the yarn and with creativity. Excellent. So Jody, you want to take the microphone, and I think first, you've already alluded to it, brag about some special children and where they are now.
So I have 3 children. My oldest, Lauren, I call her grown and flown. She's 28, living on her own, has a full-time job. I don't worry about her at all. My middle one is my son, Andrew, who just finished grad school, and so he is out there sending those resumes out and trying on shirts and ties and waiting for that full-time job so he can get off the payroll soon. And then my youngest is Allison, who many of you know because she has been down here a lot, especially during Christmas time for Christmas at the Chesapeake. She is starting her sophomore year right here in Newport News at Christopher Newport. I might have had a little swaying to that because I love the area and I knew that she was here. I could get to see her a little bit more when I'm here, and that's been a great experience for the 2 of us to be in the same city sometimes, and I can grab her for dinner when I need to.
Absolutely. And I remember she quickly got into some extracurriculars. What all was she involved in at Christopher Newport?
So she's been a dancer her whole entire life, and quickly got on the dance team at Christopher Newport. So that's been fun too. We were coming down on the weekends and watching her dance at football games and basketball games. She's actually here this week at school for a work week. The girls are getting together, starting their routines. We invited her out to dinner when we were here. but she had already had plans, so
Go figure.
hadn't seen her for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jody, it's like yesterday. I almost can remember your expression when you were saying she was trying out, and you're like, and she said like, "Mom, just I got it. Go away." And I just like I can almost hear those words coming out of your mouth, and you were like, as a mom, I hope she has a good success. I hope she starts this freshman year out right, and she did great.
It's been a great experience. When she tried out, it was a 2 or 3 day experience.
You share other candidates.
And so she tried out for, I think it was Memorial Day weekend a couple of years ago. And so I landed here at the Chesapeake for the weekend while she did her tryouts. And you're right, she was just like, bye, see ya. And then when she made that call that she made it, it was pure celebration to see her really work towards something that she really wanted.
Well, I think, having these two fine representatives from our home office and from the VBH Foundation just continues to exhibit the talent that we have and the wonderful resources. The successes with the Benevolence Fund is extraordinary. Social accountability will continue. We'll get our hours up.
I'm not worried about those hours. I know you're all doing things. We just need you to write it down.
Yeah, that's right. Get them recorded.
Yep.
The extra things that you are a part of, and our team here, and Candace spoke to it, from the backpacks to the other things, and sometimes even us forgetting the extra efforts we put into the Fresh Start House, and that being another part of our ministry. Fantastic. And I know as we now look towards the end of the year, we're going to have some recognition events.
We've got a few things going on.
Got a pancake breakfast coming up in September.
Pancake breakfast in September, which is always fun, bright and early in the morning. We usually invite the Newport News first responders, and that's been really nice to see that connection. In October, we are bringing a new event to the Chesapeake. It's not a fundraiser, it's more of a thank you and friend-raiser. It's called Singo. It's actually musical bingo that Laura and I have kind of found and tested. So that will be in October. It'll be one of the Monday evening programs. So you'll read about that. And then we'll have our honor tree, which we'll put up before we start Christmas at the Chesapeake, where we kind of honor and remember those who have passed, our residents who have gone, as well as any tribute giving. So if anyone has made a gift in memory or in honor of somebody, that name will go on the tray.
Well, and I think as we both have been both amazed and surprised, the residents have also stepped up and done other extraordinary gifts for projects here.
Correct.
Some that have wanted to join the J.T. Edward for plan giving, and just the thoughtfulness and how residents think forward and really make a difference. It's very important.
Definitely a big thank you to those who are giving now, and for those who can't give now, they're thinking about giving later through their estate. And there's just lots of options, and I'm happy to talk through anything with that. We appreciate every little bit.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure you all were join me in thanking them for coming. Laura and Jody, wonderful.
Thank you for having us. We
Appreciate
love
you being part of
here.
the show today.
All right, I'm gonna get the raffles together if there's anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to wrap up.
So as we proceed with this live program, we've got some folks in the audience today who are going to be given chances to win. And what better fun to come to? Well, we're not Ellen DeGeneres or Oprah Winfrey, but Candace does love to give things away and is always creative. So you'll have that opportunity. We've been trying these live programs just occasionally, and it's just a little different to be able to have some fun audience and just to see how we do this. It's recorded. Yes, it'll be rebroadcast a couple times a day, and many residents see it in that way. But looks like you've got some bags ready to go.
Yes, so I have 3 bags here for sure that I will just give you this clarification. I had 3 ladies that were devoted here 15 minutes before the show started that I may or may not have made some promises to, wrangling them to come watch the show. But I have other goodies here as well. So I'm going to pass those out real quick, and then everybody's winning something today. That's the exciting part. Do you want to help me?
I'd be happy to.
Okay, that one can go to Ms. Nichols. Right here, Ms. Goodrich.
I'll be early next time.
I said, listen, the early bird gets the worm, right?
That's the lesson in all this.
So the rest of you can have some things you can redeem in the cafe, because everybody likes a
getting something from that cafe, a great audience participation
Most
gift.
definitely.
You got Penny back there, did
Yeah,
she
we
get
got
hers?
everybody.
Good,
Mhm.
all righty.
Okay.
Well, are we at a
I think
conclusion?
we're done, yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and sign off and just say thank you for joining us, thank you for the audience, our special guests, and until next time, have a great week.